Hi everyone. It's been a while. We've been a little bit out of internet the last few days because a few annoying things happened, and we were taking our time to think, to try to coordinate with our own what we're gonna do about it. Well, the thing is, we've been on the road for totally 8 months, the full project, 4 months on the road. Oops. We have a few partners that helped us through this process, a few brands that work with us, international, respected brands, big brands that really know what they do and really know how to work. Well, what happened last week is that we settled an agreement with a brand here in Baja called CG Glamping. As you guys saw, we traveled to San Felipe to stay with them. Well, what happened is we proposed to them via Instagram a partnership where we would create content.
As you can see on this picture here, the deal was he didn't have space inside the glamping, but we only needed like a place with water and power. So he said,
security.
Yeah, I have that.
So when we arrived, we thought it was like the parking lot was not inside the glamping, which was like, I felt a little insecure. I felt a little bad about it. I mentioned it to him, like, I don't know if I feel good to be here. And he said, no, it's pretty safe. No worries, no big deal. Okay, so then we decided to stay.
What we would give in return was
content, as you saw on the print screen. We just put it there. So the first day, this was around 3 p.m. and he said, okay, so should we do the first tour today? Let's do the gigantic cactus today. I said, oh, of course, for sure, that would be nice. Do we have time? And he said, yes, we do have time. So he said, but first, let's go and have some lunch, and then we can go and do the. As you saw, the tour includes deer, includes a 3-hour tour, includes lots of things. And the only thing that he said is that we were supposed to pay only for the entrance, which was 200 pesos. We paid for it. But truth is, he did this whole tour in a rush. The 3-hour tour lasted 30 or 40 minutes, which was great. We saw the cactus. The cactus were beautiful. We enjoyed it, but that was not what was promised. We could create content. I was like, okay, we need to settle down. You need to go slow because I need to take photos. If I'm giving you content, I need to do it, with time and all of that. So we did the tour very quickly. He was driving like crazy. We were very nervous about it. We don't feel safe when you're like in the car with someone driving like a bastard. But okay, we were like, okay, we are here. Let's enjoy. Let's try to enjoy this tour. The place is really amazing. Let's enjoy the cactus. When we were coming back from the tour, he said, okay, so we have another options of tours that we can do, and one of those is go to the hot springs in Puerto Citos. The only thing is it's like more than an hour away, so I would need you guys to share with me the gas. That was not in the deal. He sent us this as one of the tours, and we would only pay for the entrance. But we said, okay, how expensive is that? And he said, oh, it would be like $40 for gas and around $20 to get into the hot springs for the 3 of us. So what we can do is we divide it by 3, which would be total of 20 for me, 20 for Ed, and 20 for him. In exchange, we would also give him all the content as we coordinated in advance. Here, I'm going to post also the invitation for this tour so you can see all the things that is included in the tour that he promised us, okay? When we woke up, he sent us a message saying, hey guys, do you want to go? We're going to leave now at 11. We said, okay, fine, deal. At 11:40, he arrived at the van saying, hey, are you guys ready? And we were like, no, because I texted you asking what should I wear, and you never replied. And we were like 40 minutes late. So it took us like 10 more minutes to pack our stuff, to put our clothes on, and to leave. When we left, he was like, oh, okay, now we need to stop by and get something to eat. So we stopped at the fruit stand to get fruits that it would be like the lunch, and we paid for it. We paid for the 3 of us. We had 3 different fruit jars, and we paid for the 3 of them. Then we went to the gas station, to the convenience store to get the beers. We also paid for the beers.
We don't
drink beer.
We said
barely
to him,
drink beer.
like,
we said, we don't
need
care.
it. No, come on, we need to drink.
When we got to the gas station, because of the power problem, we had to change gas stations, and then we filled the tank in another place. It was $40. He paid it in full. He filled his whole tank, and then we left to Puertecitos finally. We were supposed to leave at 11 and arrive at noon, but because of the disorganization, he couldn't do whatever he promised.
We were
doing everything, so we were going with him to get food, going with him to get beer, going with him to do gas, and that's not a tour works, because if you have a tour guide, he's supposed to do all of that before you jump in his car.
But anyways, we even understand that.
we were fine. We're like, okay, we just want to go. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna enjoy this. We don't need the beer. We don't need anything. Let's go. Let's enjoy the place. When we got there, by the door, we paid for the entrance, which was like $20 more, and then I had the change to give him the money that he paid for the beer. So I gave him that money back. Well, the experience was fine.
Not because of him, right? Because
no, not because of him.
He was all the time like giving me a hard time because I was working.
Both of us, like, oh, you don't leave the phone. Yes, we are working.
And
we are creating content.
in our personal life, you know, like asking questions about how we make our money and stuff, being like obnoxious.
And I was feeling already uncomfortable, like trying to relax, trying to enjoy, but at some point I was not feeling good. And I was like, can we go? I'm feeling cold. And he was like, no, stay, have another beer. And he had like
drinking
all the beers. He was like really drinking, like he had, like I would say at least six
we had two
beers.
Probably.
Yeah, we had 2 beers, and
between
he had
us,
like 10. So that was like, I don't like, we don't drink and drive. We don't like that. We don't, feel comfortable with that. But at some point, we finally got back home. The experience overall was good because we wanted that. We asked him to not do any tours the next day because we said, oh, we have to work, and we actually had to work, but also because we were feeling very uncomfortable with all the shit, and we said, you know what, we need some time to think if we really want to keep doing this shit with him. As you guys probably noticed from what he sent me, the invitations he sent me from the tours, it looked very unprofessional, very bad. So I told him, hey, I can help you with that. I can do you a good design so you can use it for your new clients. So I made this. So he said, oh, it looks awesome. And I said, okay, if you can send me the other pictures of the other tours, I can do you all of it, because I was not intending to do any other tours with a drunk guy that doesn't respect us at all.
He never sent us the pictures, and not only that, on this day he came up to me and say, hey, Gabby is his wife that only talked with us on the first day, and I guess he was like getting behind her to say that. She said that you haven't paid the $60, and I was like, 60? I don't
what
understand that.
What is the $60 about? So he said, okay, I'm gonna talk to Lou and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
He never replied to the message, but he met Ed, and Ed told him, hey, we're thinking about leaving tomorrow morning. We are thinking about going back to Ensenada. We have some personal issues that we want to solve there. And he was like, no, you guys should stay a little bit more, blah, blah, blah. And Ed said, okay, I'm gonna talk to Lou, and I'll let you know whatever we decide to do. The next morning we woke up really early, and we love to leave really early. We don't like to drive late. So around 7 or 8 we decided to leave. What we did is we left the keys in the same bathroom, and Ed sent him a message saying, hey, we had to leave, but the keys are... We ended up not paying him the $14 that we were supposed to because he never replied to it, and we said, okay, we can pay it later, we can PayPal him, whatever. So when we were on the road, he texted me this message, I replied to him, look at the conversation. So he not only was like a ridiculous person, being very rude and being, so wrong, because he never did what he promised, and we always did what we promised and more, that I said, you know what, I'm not even going. So he not only was like a ridiculous person, being very rude and being, so wrong because he never did what he promised, and we always did what we promised and more, that I said, you know what, I'm not even going to reply to this motherfucker. I don't even have like I don't need this in my life. But well, since we are on the road and you guys know we're traveling through Baja, we have our name to take care of, and I guess he's trying to ruin it. So look at what he's doing all around Facebook now.
I don't even want to spend much energy in this because it's so bizarre and it's just such a sleazy way to make business, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna try to rip off the gringos. And it's dumb at the same time because we have all the messages. Everything is documented and we are showing this to you guys. But anyways, enough of that. I just wanted to, like, you know.
Okay, next subject.
Next.